years ago, Rainer Langen decided to go it alone. He's now self-employed. The former banker is now a credit broker, and his car is now effectively his office. He specializes in securing loans for mid-sized companies that have been turned down by banks.
Ja, Herr Oelschlegel, hallo. Ich bin am Weg zu Ihnen, ja?
He currently has 15 clients. Business is booming.
I was in banking for 20 years, working in the loans business. Nobody can outwit me, especially when dealing face-to-face with bankers. Every profession has its tricks of the trade, but I know them all.
Today, he has an appointment with a business specializing in used computers. The client buys old computers and revamps them before selling them further. The firm has an annual turnover of 4 million euros and a workforce of 35. The boss now wants to expand and start a franchise with his business concept. To do that, he needs a 200,000 euro loan, but his bank is not playing ball.
It wasn't nice sitting there and telling your life story and your visions for the future with a guy opposite you who doesn't believe you. You answer all the questions, you have all the relevant documentation, plus the accounts from the past 2 years. You might have a good idea, but you're still whistling in the wind. People don't give you any credibility.
Langen insists the firm's credibility would be boosted by a professional company brochure with all financial details clearly laid out for the bank. Potential financiers, he says, are primarily interested in turnover, operating profit, interest burden, and other hard figures. But the consultant also advises the manager to emphasize the recycling credentials of his business and his cooperation with Microsoft. These are the kinds of extra factors creditors like to hear.
I know what they like, how it has to be presented, and which figures are crucial. Another important thing is backing up the figures. Simply providing a table with numbers and saying that the plan is profitable is not enough. It's also about plausibility.
Langen is confident that Georg Oelschlegel will get the loan. The corporate presentation makes a difference. Langen is glad he left his bank, especially given all the flack his former colleagues have been facing. But he's not a charity. His clients have to pay good money for his services.
What matters is funding and communication. It's an increasingly complicated world, especially when it comes to financing. Firms are prepared to pay for the special expertise they need to get financing. It's like having a lawyer for legal issues or a tax advisor for fiscal issues.
Later, the credit broker gives a presentation to bankers and financial experts. He's trying to win support for all the smaller mid-sized firms, which are still often overlooked. Now that the economy is recovering, they need to invest. But all the banks focus on are their accounts from the crisis in 2009.
I'm 53 and I'm going to be very busy over the next 10 years. I believe what I said today. The crisis cycles are coming thicker and faster. The good old days are over.
And that makes Rainer Langen's expertise all the more valuable, especially as the banks are unlikely to become more generous with their loans in the foreseeable future.